Hello, welcome to another English lesson. Today we're going to be talking about what happens when you arrive in the United States. The customs, the immigration, also called border. Don't get confused with border patrol. That's something totally different. So I'm going to teach you some words you'll need to know. First off, you'll arrive, it'll be the agent. The agent is the person, he'll have the emblem there, a badge, a gun. Well, he's the agent. He's kind of like, looks like the police. He'll be the one who's going to be inspecting you. So you have the agent. The agent will sit at a desk. You come up to the desk and he's going to ask you for your passport. You should know what a passport is. A passport has all your information. They stamp it, the passport. You'll need your passport to give to the agent at the desk. You're going to need a visa. Unless you're from the United States, well, you wouldn't need this lesson if you were. You might, but probably not. He's going to ask for your visa. He's not talking about this, not your Visa MasterCard, your visa. It's a form that allows you into the United States. Most commonly, you have a student visa or a tourist visa. Some of you might be applying for a temporary or permanent residency, but I would think someone would have already told you about this. So he's going to need your visa. You'll have to provide that to him. And they're also going to ask you, where are you a resident or a citizen of? That means, where are you from? Where is your home country? If you're a citizen, you've signed a contract with that country and your passport will probably have that country on there. So that's a resident or a citizen. They'll ask you, in what country are you a resident? They're going to ask you about your luggage. Is this your luggage? Your luggage is your bag or your suitcase. It's what you've been carrying through the airport, the bag around you. That's your luggage, or your suitcase. If it's your first time arriving to the United States, you're going to need to do a fingerprint, the biometric scan. It's not like it used to be where you just came on in and you gave them the passport. Now they want your fingerprints. So these are your fingerprints. You'll put it down and they'll go beep and they have your fingerprints. Also, they're going to ask for a photo, a picture. You're going to stand there like this and smile. They want your picture and your fingerprints. Photograph, we call it photo for short, photograph. Also, you'll need what is called a declaration form. The form number 6059B, it'll be the form, it asks you, what are you importing? What are you going to declare? It's a declaration form, and you're going to declare the items that you're bringing into the country. Some more words that you might need to know. You're going to need to know secondary. It's going to be a 2 with a big circle on top of your declaration form. What is secondary? Secondary means that you're going to be inspected again. What they're going to do is they're going to search or inspect your bags, which means they're going to open them up. They're going to make you open it up and look through it. So at this point, you're basically being detained for inspection purposes. You're not under arrest, which is arrested. That's something totally different. You're being inspected so they can look through your bags to see what you're bringing into the country, or maybe they're suspicious of you for whatever reason it might be, or your story isn't making sense. So arrest means you did something wrong. If you're under arrest or arrested, you're going to jail. That's not good. That means you brought something into the country which was possibly illegal, or you spit on the agent's face. I don't know, something terrible. Don't worry about that one so much. You're going to have a scanner or an x-ray. That's where you're going to put your bags up on. It's a belt. It goes through. The machine x-rays it so they can see what's in your bag. This will happen in secondary. They're going to inspect and search your luggage with a scanner or an x-ray machine. The guy who's walking around, who's in charge of everybody, is called the supervisor. A lot of times if you're going through the scanner and whatnot, a guy will come over and say, "Hi, I'm the supervisor here. How are we doing?" Maybe ask you some questions. He's the guy in charge. So if there's a problem, you need to talk to the supervisor. You have what's called a fine or a penalty. A fine or a penalty means that maybe you didn't declare something. You brought something into the country which you should have declared. In that instance, they might give you a fine or a penalty. So you'll need your visa to pay them because you didn't declare something. You also have what's called a duty, also duty-free. A duty is a tax. It's a tax. Like, let's say I brought in 300, bushels of bananas, or I brought in some, wood carving that obviously I'm going to sell. I've got 10 of them. Whoa, or some alcohol maybe, or tobacco. There's going to be a duty on that. iPhones, if you have 10 iPhones, you'll pay a duty. A duty is a tax. So what's going to happen is they'll assess it, whatever the numbers are, whatever the percentage is, and then you're going to have to pay that to the country to be allowed to bring it in. It's duty. And then you have what's duty free. Certain items like maybe, your water or your gold, your wedding ring, something like that can come in duty free. Another word that you're going to see is agriculture. Agricultural products. It'll be on your form that asks you, your customs declaration form, are you bringing any agricultural products into the United States? What is an agricultural product? It's basically anything that grows from the ground. Fruits, vegetables, oranges, bananas, lettuce, whatever you have that grows from the ground. Bamboo, hay, anything like that is an agricultural product. You're also going to be asked the purpose or the nature of your visit. If you're a student, your purpose or nature is to be a student. If you're a tourist, the nature of your visit is to be a tourist. You'll also be asked for your contacts. These are the people that you know in the United States, maybe a friend or a relative that you will be visiting. Contact can also be your personal contact, your cell phone number. But when they ask you this question, who are your contacts? They're talking about, your aunt that you're visiting, or, the school, the principal at the school, or whoever's taking care of your visa. So I hope these are some words that might help you if you visit the United States. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.